Hey everybody. All right, we got to go through our unit review so that we are all ready for our test tomorrow. And if you guys have any questions, make sure that you reach out. Let me know what you're struggling with before your test so that you're good to go. Obviously, you need to make sure you have your test in to me tomorrow so that it's good to go. That's going to be like a big grade, obviously, to start the fourth quarter. So if you don't know what you're doing on any of these, make sure that you obviously email, send a remind, come to office hours, whatever, ask, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so for the first one, are these triangles similar? Well, we only know that one of their angles are the same, right? We know this one's 29, we know this one's 90. Over here, we know this one's 90 and this one is 61. So those two are obviously not the same, but maybe the third one is. So first thing I'm going to do is find this other angle over here. So 90 plus 29 plus, what is that, H? Angle H has to equal 180 because all triangles have 180 degrees. When I add that together, that's 119 plus angle H equals 180. And then subtract the 119. And we find that angle H is in fact 61 degrees. So since this one is 61 degrees and so is that one, they share two angles, so we can say, yeah, definitely similar. Why is it similar? Angle-angle similarity. So we need two angles, that's all we need. We have it, so those are going to be similar triangles. Number two here, to find angle 1 and angle 2, I'm going to use the idea that we learned about exterior angles. So I can see here that, let me recreate this beautiful drawing. Close enough. So this was 115 degrees in here. This is 80. This is angle 1, 85, angle 2. So I can see that 115 is an exterior angle, right? It would be like if I continued this side. So it has to add up to the two remote interiors. So not the one next to it, the other two. So angle 1 plus 80 has to add up to 115. So to figure out what that is, just subtract that 80, and we get the angle 1 has to be 35 degrees. And what's cool is we can do that over here as well, because 115 is an exterior angle, but this time it's going to go to that angle and that angle. And so I know that angle 2 plus 85 has to add up to 115. Subtract the 85 again, and we find that angle 2 is just 30 degrees. So I'm just going to use that exterior angle thing. It adds up to the sum of the remote interiors. I can figure that out by looking at the two remote interiors here and here, and they just got to add up to 115. So 30 degrees for angle 2, 35 degrees for angle 1. Number 3 on the front. Number 3, we have this picture here, where those two lines are parallel. We know this angle is 75 degrees, x minus 15 here, 4, 5, 6. So then we had just to select all from this picture, right? Yeah, you guys can see that, hopefully. So the first one says angle 1 is congruent to angle 6. Well, that's definitely not true, because those two are not related in any way. There's no vocab word that we know. So angle 1 is not congruent to angle 6. Second one says angle 2 is congruent to angle 6. That's definitely true, because those are alternate interior angles. So yes, angle 2 is congruent to angle 6. They're alternate interiors. Angle 1 plus angle 6 is 180. That one's a little trickier. We're going to have to do a little bit of work here. Well, since I know they're not related, I know that angle 6, what do I know? I know that angle 6 and angle 2 are the same. So angle 1 and angle 2 does equal 180. because they're supplementary, right? They make a straight line. And if angle 2 is the same as angle 6, then that means that angle 1 plus angle 6 would also add up to 180. So that one took a little bit more work trying to figure out how 1 and 6 are related, but since it's the same as 2, then we can say yes, they have to add up to 180. X, and then the other ones have to do with x. So first we had to solve for what this x was. So I figured out that angle 6 is 75 degrees because it's corresponding to this angle. So that means that angle 6 and this one with x has to add up to 180 because they're supplementary. So I did x minus 15 plus 75 has to add up to 180. Add your like terms, negative 15 and 75 is just going to be 60. And then subtract the 60, and I found that x was 120. So D is not true, but E definitely is, because x equals 120. Cool. Moving on. In the middle here, we have all the stuff that we had on our quiz about transformations. So just a quick recap for you guys, going over those rules. Definitely make sure you write the points. I know it said that draw the picture or write the points. On your test, you're going to have to write the points. So make sure that you can write the points out. When you translate, remember that's just a slide. So number 16 on the second page, you should have went to the right 7, down 3. All the points, right 7, down 3. Remember, you can also just add 7, negative 3 to each point. So your new points then would have been negative 2, 5, 3, 3, and 0, negative 3. Number 17 is a dilate. When you dilate, you just multiply. Multiply the factor by all the points. So in this case, your factor was 2. Multiply every point you see by 2. So the new points would be negative 8, 8, 10, 2, and 6, 4. Negative 4. 6, negative 4. Number 18 is reflect. So reflect has 2 rules. If you go over the x-axis, like this one, the x stays the same. The x stays the same. The y will change its sign. So for 18, your new points would be negative 8, negative 3. Negative 3, negative 8, 2, negative 7, and 5, negative 3. All the y values basically are just going to become negatives. Number 19, when I reflect over the y-axis, the y stays the same. The x is going to change. So your new points there would be 7, 8, 0, 2, which actually stays the same, which is kind of cool, 4, negative 1, and 5, negative 4. Oh, yeah. Number 20, when you dilate with a factor of 1/4, again, we're dilating, so you're just going to multiply everything by 1/4. So your new points would be negative 1, 3 halves, 2, 5 halves, and 1, negative 2. And then 21 again, reflect over x. X stays the same, y changes. So we got 4, negative 7, 7, 3, negative 2, 6, negative 6, negative 4. On 23, when I translate, this one's going to go to the left 4, down 6. So your new points would be negative 7, 0, 4, 0, and 4, negative 8. 24, when you go over both, when I go over the x, the y changes. When I go over the y, the x changes. So when I go over both, they both change. How about that? So your new points, you're just going to change all the signs on the original points. So 9, negative 7, 7, negative 4, 4, negative 7, and 7, negative 1. Number 25 and 26, you just have to explain. Again, this was on your quiz. So number 25, I rotated it 90 degrees counterclockwise around point F. You could have also said you went 270 degrees clockwise. That would have been fine. Or 90 degrees counterclockwise. And then 26 is a translate. You're just shifting. You go to the right 4, you go down 5. So translate 4, negative 5. 27 and 28, you just have to draw your own transformations and then kind of talk about what those were. So, just practice with whatever ones you wanted to do. Multiple choice here on the 4th page. Let's see. First of all, they want to know, so they give you this picture at the bottom, which maybe I'll draw that one on the board for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they want to know how angles 1 and 2 are related. Those are supplementary angles because they make a straight line. They're adjacent to each other, so they're supplementary. Number 10, lines that will never intersect are parallel lines. That's what we look at here, parallel lines. Number 11, angles 2 and angle 6 are corresponding. They're in the same position, so they're corresponding angles. Number 12, angles that up to 90 degrees are complementary. Complementary angles like some peanuts, right? Angles 7 and 5 are vertical angles. They're directly across from each other. A line that intersects parallel lines is called a transversal, right? This line right here is a transversal because it goes through parallel lines. Angle 1 and angle 7 are alternate exterior angles, alternate exterior. Angles that add up to 180 degrees is again supplementary. And then angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles. Those ones are on the inside. So then you had to find all these angles. And again, you could have gone a lot of different ways to do this. It's like a puzzle, right? So angle 1 was 48, it was given to us. And then I went angle 2, which was 132, because it's supplementary to angle 1. They're right next to each other. Angle 3 was vertical to angle 1, so it's 48 degrees. They got to be congruent because it's vertical to angle 1. Angle 4 is just like angle 2. It's also 132 degrees because it's also supplementary to angle 1. Angle 5 is going to be 48 degrees because it's corresponding to angle 1. Angle 6 is alternate interior to angle 4. So if angle 4 is 132 degrees, that means angle 6 is 132 degrees. Alternate interior to angle 4. Oh yeah, we still have some room. Angle 7 is alternate exterior to angle 1. So it's going to be 48 degrees because they're the same. Alternate exterior to angle 1. And then the last one, angle 8, we'll just say it's vertical to 6. So it's going to be 132 degrees because it is vertical to angle 6. Now there's obviously a lot of different ways you could have got there, which I'm sure is fine. Just make sure you know an angle before you try to use it for a reason, right? You can't say that angle 5 is something because it's vertical to 7, and then later say angle 7 is something because it's vertical to 5. You had to know one of them first before you can use it. So make sure that you look at it, find out which ones you know, use angles that you know. All right, that last page was a little bit of complementary, supplementary stuff. So here in 25, we know those are supplementary because they make a straight line. So 2x plus 46 plus 3x plus 4 equals 180, right? Definitely going to be a straight line. They want you to just solve for x, so we're just going to solve our equation. 3x and 2x is 5x. 46 and 4 is 50. Little two-stepper, minus 50 from both sides. We have 5x equals 130. And then divide by 5. And x equals 26. So there's 25. All right. 26 is going to be the same idea, only this time they make a 90-degree angle, so those are complementary angles. So this one's x plus 12, this one's 2x plus 18. So, add them together, x plus 12 plus 2x plus 18 equals 90 this time. 1x and 2x is 3x, 12 and 18 is 30. Subtract 30, 3x equals 60, and then divide by 3. And x equals 20 this time. Now on your test, if they wanted to know those angles, just like the next one we're going to do, you just take this x value, you plug it in. So 20 plus 12 is 32. 2 times 20 is 40, plus 18 is 58. Find the x, plug it in if you need to. All right? 27. It says that there's two angles. They are supplementary. So now instead of the picture, they're going to test that you know your vocab. So we know that means they have to add up to 180. So I got 8x minus 12 plus 4x minus 24 equals 180. And then we just solve for x. 8x and 4x is 12x. Negative 12, negative 24 is negative 36. Add 36 to both sides. 12x equals 216. Divide by 12. We get x equals 18. But this time they want to know specifically how big is angle B. So we're just going to take angle B, which was 4x minus 24, and we're going to plug 18 in. So 4 times 18, 40, 72, minus 24 is going to give me 48 degrees. So again, take the x, it was 18, plug it in where it goes, and then be done. And then the very last one on the review, there's definitely one like this on your test, and I really hope you all get it right. I really hope that. You look at the ones that are congruent. So translate, rotate, reflect are all going to give you congruent shapes. But if it says dilate, those shapes are now similar. So A is congruent because it doesn't say dilate. D is congruent because it doesn't say dilate. If you circled B or C, they both say dilate. They are not congruent. They're going to be similar shapes. All right, that's pretty much your test in a nutshell. Again, if there's anything that you guys were like, ooh, I still don't understand what he's talking about, reach out, let me know. I can help you guys out. All right, cool. See ya. Have a good spring break. Good luck on your test tomorrow. Yeah.